cooking it up. Cooking it up. I swear to God, he does this shit all the time. He does this shit all the time when we're all busy with our normal lives after the workday is over. Okay, the workday is over, and he keeps doing this every single. And I was out. I couldn't even get on a little bit earlier when it just happened. So I figured, I went back on Twitter. I had like 15 notifications, close to 20 notifications, and I figured something happened here. Okay, something happened here. So let me real quick make sure I have this right here. This way I could at least put it on the screen for you guys. So we're all in this together. Okay, we're all in this together. Put this up real quick. Oh my God, if this fucking thing would stop doing this. So finally, the Philadelphia Eagles, okay, have signed a linebacker, and it happened today. And Devin White is official. It is official. And thank God. I mean, the rumblings have been really the last few days is that the Eagles want to trade for, they have interest in trading for a linebacker. The Eagles have interest in the free agent market still as of right now. It's a 1-year deal for Devin White for about $7.5 million. Okay. Worth up to that. So it's obviously a little bit cheaper than that. But at least you got a body there. You got Nakobe Dean, Zach Baum, now you got Devin White. Okay. So at the end of the day, I mean, hasn't really been a big starter this past year. But definitely up there. Okay. When it comes to his, probably not the best coverage that he could do. He's a decent guy in coverage, not the best, not like how he used to be. But after the course of all these years, okay, I want to know what you guys think about it, obviously, because I think it's really important. Hold on, let me get this chat up real quick. Appreciate everybody joining the stream. Let me just make sure I have this up and running the right way. This way I'm not missing anything going forward. 252 in the chat. Thank you so much for joining up. Let me know what you guys think. Now, I obviously know that this is not going to be it. Okay, this isn't like, okay, look, I hit linebacker twice and I'm done. Okay, this is a nice piece to have. Okay, a counterpiece is there. Jerome Baker is visiting teams right now. So I don't know. Fangio hasn't picked up any of his own players. I mean, he hasn't picked up one defensively, which is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So it's not a horrible thing, but just because he comes from a couple teams, it means that they're going to come to the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, these things just happen sometimes. You know what I mean? So here's some other information on Devin White. I kind of want to bring up real quick. Okay. I swear to God, I had it in here. Which I thought, at least some statistics from the last few years. And I fucking lost it. Of course I lost it. But look, I think it's a nice counter signing for what you're going to do in the draft. I mean, look, really, from what the Eagles are doing, from the visits to the NovaCare, the unofficial visits or the official visits for the draft, right? You have 4 to 5 offensive linemen. What do you have? Cooper DeJean, and now you have Edgerrin Cooper there now. Today, the same day Edgerrin Cooper is on the radar for a meeting is the same day they sign a linebacker. So I don't know if they're done at linebacker. I'm not sure. Okay. Nakobe Dean has some competition now in front of him. He's got some vets in front of him right now. Zach Baum, we don't know if they're going to use him as a off-ball linebacker or they're going to use him as an edge guy. He transitioned to off-ball linebacker last year, played pretty damn good. Is looking for a long-term deal in the future, wants to prove himself this year. So not too shabby, not too bad, right? I had some other statistics and I fucking lost them. I don't know how I lost them. I literally I don't know what the hell even happened. Oh, no, I think I have it. I should have it. Oh, I have it. I have it. Okay. So let's see. What's going on, everybody? MJ, Ryan, Roman, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? All right, we'll leave him up here. We'll leave him up here so everybody knows that it's actually official. What's going on, guys? The Eagles signed a linebacker. And when the work hours, I mean, Howie Roseman doesn't get any sleep. What's going on, MJ? Time to get our second ring, y'all boys. Ring says, what up, E? You're pumped? Surely Howie is done with free agency right now, right? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, we're not done with trades. We're not done with the Josh Sweat trade. HaasonReddick extension is a whole nother thing. Howie's doing a lot of moves right now. What's going on, Junie? Donnie, what's going on, man? That's touchdown refs. I called the Devin White signing yesterday. Hey, I mean, look, he was out there, and I was just wondering, like, man, like, is anybody going to sign this guy? What's going on right now? So when it comes to the signing of Devin White, okay? Devin White. So 26 years old, former 5th overall pick in 2019. Great player to take a chance on. Best year was 2020, 140 tackles, 9 sacks, 4 pass deflections. Hasn't missed any games, 13 plus games every single year. Was 34th in coverage last year among starting linebackers per PFF. 39th in 22, 40th in 2021. And that's really not that bad coverage-wise. It's decent. It's not horrible. Not a major commitment at linebacker, but this feels like an attempt to at least try to invest more than usual in the position. Well, let me tell you something. More than usual has got to be like, the upgrade has got to fucking be there. More than usual is drafting a linebacker fucking early. Okay? It's drafting early. That's how that goes. So 40%, really not that bad, to be honest with you. I think that fits really well to what the Eagles are doing. So I think the signing's great. I think it adds depth, but it adds some security, at least for as of right now, adds some security to just having, just having some bodies there at this point. So when people say, hey, well, they didn't sign anybody good. Well, at the end of the day, look, you're looking at something here saying, you know what, this is a low risk, high reward signing. I know it's a deal up to $7.5 million. It's not a $7.5 million deal for 1 year. Okay, there's incentives involved. So this is probably like a $4 or $5 million signing. Probably not much. Okay. Depending on what this guy does in camp and how good he looks, and he got beat out of his starting role last year. Okay, he got beat out of his job. He's been sitting on the sideline pretty much. Sometimes he'll get some playing time, but he kind of fell apart. I mean, it's pretty bad to where Levante David had one of the best years of his career last year. At 33, 34 years old, Levante David is still doing it, and he wants to retire in Tampa Bay. He ended up getting his deal. So, there's a lot here. Does Devin White even fit in Vic Fangio's scheme? Yeah, his coverage isn't that bad. He's got decent coverage. He's got decent coverage. He attacks really well, but the problem is, like, he didn't really have a lot of playing time this past year. He got beat out of his starting job pretty much. He got playing time this year, but, he had more of a backup role. So, you're getting a guy that's young right now. I mean, he's young. He's not old. He's not. Devin White is what, 25, 26? I mean, he's young, so, what, it depends what Bobby King and, what the coaching staff could do with him. And, this really adds a lot of depth, man. It adds a lot of depth, and you got a veteran in you get a veteran there, which is great. So we'll see, we'll see what happens. Going in his prime, doing this thing. So we'll see what happens. We're going by the statistics of what his coverage is like, and but you're gonna hopefully have a pass rush that hits home, and it's gonna make it much easier for these linebackers. And I think everybody can be successful. It's a million different pieces that have to work together within this defense. That's how important it's going to be. So does this change the draft? I don't think we're done at linebacker. I mean, I don't think so. Like I feel like as of right now, like I mean, who knows at this point if one of these two guys that we sign, whether it's Zach Baun, whether it's Devin White, one of them will make the team or not. Or if the Eagles have to make sure that if they're okay with this group, and I don't think this group is even done with at this point. I mean, I don't even think that they're even done with hiring what they want to hire right now at that group. So yeah, 9 signings. I don't know. We got money, but wow, that's a good amount. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. But I think it's a good signing, man. You're not getting an all-pro player, but you're getting a body at linebacker. You're getting someone that's decent in coverage, not like a mastermind at it, but getting somebody that could fill that role. And can play downhill, could still blitz, shoot the gap. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I haven't seen any more news on anything else. If there's something else, let me know, because I've literally just been checking just the regular stuff as of right now. But so far it's been pretty quiet. But the Eagles have been making moves here and there. Now Jack Stahl did sign with the New York Giants literally 18 minutes ago. So Jack Stahl is gone. I don't know. The Eagles, I guess, they just didn't have any. I guess the Eagles didn't care to really bring him back. You know what I mean? So it's what it is. It's what it is. I guess they want to see Albert O, what he could do within this offense as the number 2 tight end. I mean, I guess we'll see once the time comes. But this is a good free agency. I gotta say, it's very productive free agency. They really haven't been quiet. You know what I mean? Like maybe a day. They've been like pretty. This is probably one of the most productive free agencies we've kind of been through. And just to see what you have and get some high reward type signings here that could do some things for us. Why does everyone talk like a white 35-year-old? Yeah, well, because he didn't really start too much this year because his job was kind of taken over a little bit. So Sim says we can go to the Super Bowl and win it this year. I think we could potentially trade up in the draft and get the best corner. Oh no, I agree. Are they really done at linebacker though? I mean, seriously, like, do you think they're actually done? Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we can't be done. I feel like we really can't. Like Edgar and Cooper's coming in on a visit. They're gonna some of these visits are gonna be their due diligence visits. Like, hey, we have interest in this guy. Do we need this guy? No, but if he's there, and who knows? So if you don't win a Super Bowl with this roster, something is wrong. And I guess I honestly like the White sign. I think he's a great player with amazing speed. He just needs a new place. Meredith Colks, I would not be surprised to see Howie trade up into the top 12 of the draft and get a cornerback. Yeah, I mean, so far, like, I mean, the Eagles haven't given up any picks for nothing. The Eagles haven't touched their picks regarding specific players that are going to get traded. I don't know what this move tells me. I don't. The rumor was they were going after a veteran linebacker, whether it was free agency, whether it was trade. Okay, I feel like they did their move in free agency for linebacker. They did 2 moves right there. 2 spots are filled. We'll see how it goes later on. We said Jack Stahl signed with the Giants. Yeah, I saw that. So I don't know. The Eagles Kellen Moore must love Albert O. And you trade for Albert O last year, you didn't use him, barely. He got some playing time that I don't even remember when, but he did get some playing time. And he was there was nothing there, man. There was nothing. Also, definitely it's definitely a show me deal. If he shows out, then there will be more to come. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, "Fly, Eagles, fly." There you go, Michael. I think it's prove that you're worth what you're worth, and that's it. This is why it's the 4th day of free agency and Devin White hasn't been signed. Okay, there's reasons for it. This isn't a steal. This isn't, this is, I think, in my opinion, now, because you spend a little bit of money but I don't think the Eagles will. I think they put enough into him to where, you know, he will be somewhat, he'll be focused, you know. And like I said, let's trade for Isaiah Simmons now and extend Reddick and trade Sweat. Yeah, that's what we're kind of waiting for as of right now. You know what I mean? Like I says, get Curl, trade for Isaiah Simmons, then extend Reddick, and then trade Sweat for a pick. See, all right. Dan Cilio is bashing this move. Of course he is. Ion Hershey says, "Love you, Joey. Watch all your videos." I appreciate it so much. Dave says it's a 1-year contract because of the locker room rumors and on-field possible non-effort, so it's a 1-year prove-it deal. Yeah, I mean that's, you know, and if they have to cut him, like they're not. Trust me, if he flops during you know, the off-season program, they'll just cut him. They'll cut him. They rather use somebody. Okay. They'd rather use somebody. They'd rather use Ben Van Simmern at this point if he's going to show more effort. You know. Here. Wombat said he's better than anything else we have. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Eagle fans want to be picky. I get it, like we are. But at the end of the day, like, it's better than what we have. Devin White is going to be more productive than what we have under better coaching. You know what I mean? Nate says he's got good stats. Fans said he quit. I'm sure you want out of there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, when you get your job, yes, you have to fight for your job at the end of the day. But you know, maybe he just lost. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to be there anymore. I don't know. I mean, I don't know all the rumors behind it. Go on, Ron. Lionel says Devin White is a thumper, sideline to sideline. He hits. Coverage isn't the best that he takes. Plays off. The good thing is on a 1-year deal, it should be motivated. Yeah, it definitely is. Cameron Spriggs says Eagles are going after cornerback now. So you think they're totally done at linebacker? Like nothing in the draft. Not drafted linebacker early. Nothing. I guess we'll see. Ryan says Des Bryant knows Eagles aren't messing around. Lewis says Devin White was playing bad on purpose. He's about to go insane. He said we should just go ahead and get wide receiver in round 1 and linebacker in second. I would love Worthy just to piss the Cowboys off. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah, King Lancaster with the super chat, first one of the night. Thank you so much, man. Says I want to get Worthy just to push the Cowboys off. Hey, you know what? As much as like receiver could be there, like I don't know how much interest the Eagles will have. You know, we'll see. I think the Eagles are not going to be done with wide receiver because I think Devontae Parker is somewhat of a prove it type thing this offseason. He's $1 million. He's what, $1.2 million. I mean, it's a low risk, high reward deal, high reward signing. You know, see if he works out. You know, doesn't put them away. Those are put them away from drafting a guy, you know, so there's always time to do other things. So I think there is time to sign another receiver, whether, you know, maybe you don't go into the first round. Maybe you move down a little bit more. D-Max and Joey, since Howie is going all in, appreciate super, by the way. D says, Joey, since Howie is going all in the signings and free agency this year, what would the cap look like next season? A lot less, or it depends on cuts, releases? Well, yeah, it depends. The cap is going to go up next year. The Eagles should, to be honest, coming off of like this season and the cap hits, they should be up close to $60 to $70 million in cap space next year. I'm not even kidding. I mean, right now, like, I don't know what we're down right now because I don't know what the guaranteed money is of this contract for. It's up to 7.5, but it's not technically 7.5 because the guarantees, I need to know the guarantees before anything. So, I mean, before the Devin White move, you had $41 million because you saved about $1 to $2 million with Jake Elliott and his contract. But, you know, they did a good job. It's not even just getting pieces that you need for your defense, your offense. But, man, you lock up Jake Elliott. You lock up, you know, your offensive line. You know what I mean? You're locking up guys for the future. You know, you sign a punter long term for a couple years. You know, long snapper is extended. Rick Lovato. You know what I mean? Landon Dickerson gets locked up. So I mean, that's great. I mean, look. Remember a few years ago, we had our free agency of that year was locking up Sweat and Maddox and this one and that one. Like when you lock up guys like that, that's what happens. That's part of your free agency. You know what I mean? That's part of it. Because when you re-sign a bunch of your own guys that need contracts, yeah, you get something done at the end of the day. You get something done quick. So I think this is a great signing. I mean, this is, This is definitely something. I'll tell you that. More motivation, different team, more excitement, and I'm excited for it. Barfly said he had 40 less tackles than usual, but he did get 2 interceptions. I'm a fan of this signing. Devin is a solid player. I think he is too, bro. I think he is too. I don't know if we're done. You know, Wallace is definitely going to grab a linebacker. Let's see. Benjamin says, yo, Joey, Big Steel said White isn't motivated like when the team was losing, he did, but if his team is winning, he's a beast. I mean, but seriously, how does anybody know that, though? I mean, how does anybody fucking know that? Like, to throw slander like that, how does somebody actually fucking know that? Nobody knows that shit. Nobody does. No person's gonna come out there and say and tell somebody about a situation like that. Nobody's gonna fucking do that shit. That's ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. Nate Arms says foot injury. When he came back and they said he lost his spot, he said he wouldn't play at all, is the narrative. He said on social media that they made that up pretty strongly. Didn't play versus Packers. I don't know. Huh. Interesting. Maybe there was some shit going on. Uriel says Devin White hasn't played well, but he's 26 on a contract year. He wants his bag and best chance to win a Super Bowl since TB12. We'll get the best from him. We got a super chat from Knight Rider. Appreciate the super chat, man. So we should get tackle, Smith, offensive tackle, and piss them boys off. Tyron Smith, yeah, dude. I don't even know if that guy could even stay fucking healthy all year. Mr. Rude Poo with the super chat. Appreciate the super chats. Mr. Rude Poo with the super chat says this reminds me of the Malcolm signing. Terrible PFF grades, but the guy was very high upside, need change of scenery. And that was 100% true. Like Malcolm, I think the last year Malcolm played for the Saints, I don't think he played really well. I remember he didn't play good. He had a lot of leadership quality, everything like that. And unfortunately, this is what happens, man. Devin White could go off. It could happen. I mean, you never know, man. I mean, look, you get a foot injury, you come back, you lose your job. Maybe your motivation isn't there. I don't know. Some things going on behind the scenes as of right now. So we'll find out in the coming days, man. Appreciate the super chat very much. So it's a 4-2-2. So think we'll sign Curl. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I really want them to add another body. I've been watching NFL Network today. It looks like Justin Simmons has not bid on anything yet. I don't know who's in talks right now, what's going on, but Justin Simmons, though, Justin Simmons is still out there, man. Still out there. Yes, you got Reed Blankenship. You need one more safety. I mean, that's what you need right now. You need 3. So Reed will be your number 3 most likely. So we'll see what happens. See what happens here. Cameron Sprigg says he wouldn't be signing a linebacker if he knew he didn't find anything at corner because he would have already signed the corner of right now. So he's either training for one or draft. Yeah, I mean, you're not signing a corner right now. Like there's nobody in free agency that's left anyway. You're either going to trade for one, okay? You could trade for a corner. You could trade for Asante Samuel Jr. You could trade for Patrick Surtain if that's the case. And I'm not even saying that's the route they should go because they might not. I don't know how much interest they have in saying, do they like this draft? Do they like Quinion Mitchell? Do they like Terron Arnold? Do I like Nate Wiggins? Do they like this corner group in general where they sit at 22? That's going to be the main difference there. But I could most likely agree that they're definitely going to go after something. They're going to go after something else. I'm actually really shocked Justin Simmons wasn't here yet. Eagles drafting weak side linebacker 2nd round guarantee. Okay. Let's see. Nice as facts. Astro J said Eagles stop now. Are we content with what we got right now? Unless they sign some depth pieces that are out there, pieces that, pieces for the offensive line, more depth at this position, that position. I don't know. For right now, I feel good. I feel good going into the draft, to be honest with you. The only question I have right now, as a right now standpoint, is are they trying to trade for a cornerback? Because if they trade for a cornerback, then I'm pretty much set. If they don't, then I feel like we're fine. I feel like there is enough pieces, like, that you signed your wide receiver 3, you locked up, Land Dickerson, you locked up all your special teams, Brandon Mann, punter, Jake Elliott, obviously, Rick Lovato, so you're locking up your own guys, but at the same time, like, you got to make sure you're good at this position. I think McKee can do it at quarterback too. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like, there's been a lot of rumors about, trading for Justin Fields. I'm like, why the fuck are you going to give up draft picks for a guy that's not going to be here long term? It makes no sense. Henry said, Joey, add Julian Akwara, linebacker from Detroit, to your board. All right. Because I keep forgetting about him. So, Julian Akwara. Because he played in Detroit, he had a nice little stint there, had some sacks, did a good job, was pretty productive, but he's flashed. He's been more of a flashy type player, Akwara. So we'll see where it goes. Akwara hasn't been in like the right system, and Fangio feels like they could turn him into something at some point. So I guess we'll see. Knight Rider, say, I heard the Chargers are going to trade back. That's interesting. Yeah, well, they need more picks. They're restructuring. They're restructuring a lot of contracts right now, so they're gonna have a lot of bigger cap hits down the road. They need to draft more. They might need more draft picks. So we'll see what happens. Don says, would you sign Isaiah Simmons? Look, when you talk about hybrid guys, I get excited because I feel like the more hybrid guys you have in your defense, the more where, God forbid, you have an injury, a guy can move to another spot. Okay, that's why I would rather have Justin Simmons with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Justin Simmons could be the best safety group, the best safety duo in the league, because both of them can play different positions, especially Chauncey. The Eagles have done more than what I've asked between you hired 2 new coordinators. They did a lot to their coaching staff. Fangio hired his own. Kellen Moore hired his own. And to be honest with you, like, they signed 2 of the guys I really wanted, okay, which is Saquon Barkley and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I didn't know what they were doing at linebacker. The Eagles had changed their philosophy on what they were going after, okay? I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles have done things I didn't think they would do, which is sign a running back to big money, which is, I think Saquon is now the 3rd highest paid, I think, because I think Joe Mixon actually got more money. After seeing what Saquon got paid, he got paid more. So, to pay a running back that much and have him for a few years is great. Technically 2 years, the 3rd year is the option. 3.9 against the cap. Could they change their philosophy on getting a good linebacker in this draft, drafted high? I mean, if they draft one in the 2nd round, that's great. You know what I mean? Like, as long as it's on their board, in their plans, I still feel like, is there another move? Or are they good with Devin White? Are they good with Zach Bond and Akwara being here? Is that all they're going to do as of right now? So I guess we'll find out when the time comes. Notorious UCG, what's going on, man? Pitch said Super Chat says, tired of all Devin White wash talk. People seem to forget he requested a trade, but was denied the trade. He was done with Bucks, all pro, DW, and works. Hey, we'll see, dude. We'll see. I'm hoping he does. If that's what the case is, because I don't know. I don't know if he, if he requested a trade, okay, if he requested a trade and he's been this, he's just, and they denied it and didn't want him to go anywhere, then he probably has just wanted to get, he's probably just wanting to get out of there. And then now he's got his chance to really redefine himself with the Philadelphia Eagles and get a bigger contract going into his prime. And I think that's one of the important things going forward. So, we'll see. Appreciate the super, by the way, Notorious. Jan said, I think we should trade our draft picks before they take them. The tampering allegations there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. Saquon Barkley already said it at the press conference that they're not taking anything. I mean, I don't know what the NFL is going to do, but nothing happened. Howie Roseman's not stupid, okay? Obviously, Howie Roseman's not dumb. He talked to Saquon Barkley's agent before negotiations. Okay, so these things happen. I don't think people get it. Like, yeah, DeAndre Swift signed in like literally 5 minutes. I think because, you know, GMs can talk to the agents. They can't talk to the players. But we'll see. Ryan said, I would be surprised if we signed Tyler Huntley. Yeah, we signed Akwara like right after the season ended. Pretty much like maybe a month after, or maybe less than that. I don't know, but it was pretty close. We got 581 in the chat as of right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be streaming tomorrow for day 4 of free agency, or day 5. I forgot what day it is. I think it's day 5 tomorrow. So definitely check that out. Make sure you like up this video like crazy. Did you like the Devin White signing? Do you think it's not enough? Do you think they're set and they're moving on somewhere else? You let me know. Check the pinned comment as well for memberships and all that great stuff for extra content, draft content, stuff like that. Because we go over a lot of other things too on this channel and everything. So we got a super chat from Nifty 350D. What's going on, man? He says, I think they take a corner, maybe DeGene. Yeah, maybe. I think there's a good shot. I think there's a good shot as of right now. You know, that they might go after, you know, one of the top corners in this draft. They could. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know if it's locked. I need to give this team another week of free agency to see what they do. You know, but I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll see in the coming future of everything. If this is what they're interested in. I don't know how they feel about this wide receiver class. I mean, sorry, I don't know how they feel about the corner class at all. Do they want to get somebody right now because their window is open? Do they not trust what's in the draft because they're figuring, you know what, the window's open, let's trade for a corner. We're getting more cap next year. We can afford another cornerback, you know. But you know, you got to still pay Devontae Smith at the end of the day too. So you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for that, you know, as well. You know, this year, you know, got to get that extension done, or at least pick up the 5th-year option for now and do it later. Whatever that they want to do. Greenwood, she said Devin White is amazing. He just didn't fit with BS Tama is switching to. Yeah, no, I mean, look, if they change what they did on defense, if Devin White wanted out of Tampa Bay, you know, and they didn't give it to him, then obviously he hasn't been happy being there. He hasn't been happy at all being there. So I guess we'll see what happens. LLD says, bring on the Lions, Dallas, and 49ers. You know, Dallas Cowboys made a couple. They re-signed Jordan Lewis. He's going to get burnt this year. I forgot who else they signed. I think they signed somebody else to the secondary, I think. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. Ryan Roman says, I like the signing. I think it's good, man. D-Max says Keith Allenberg, Morrow's first 3 seasons can't compare to Devin's. That's true. So it's the Niners passing their pants because they are realizing the Eagles are getting scary again. You and 500 going to do a stream together soon? Yeah, Saturday. So in a couple days. Saturday's a shakedown every week. So we'll be doing a lot more stuff. Obviously, we'll be doing the draft together for 3 straight days with our Matt Corral jerseys on. So Saturday we'll be talking about all the signings because there's gonna be a lot to talk about on Saturday and to kind of pick off some information off of each other going forward. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Sports Jar so we signed Cunningham and I'll be happy with our trio until the draft. Big Payne says never can have enough good players. No, of course not. D-Max said, Joey, let's not forget about our young corners, Ringo, Ricks, and Job. Yeah, but I don't know if they think they're ready yet. Like, unfortunately, dude, the truth is, like, we haven't seen enough from Keely Ringo. We haven't seen enough from Eli Ricks. Okay, I think Ringo has flashed. I think potentially, I'm not saying it's promising, but I'm saying it's potentially, once Slay leaves after this year, okay, if they draft their future number 1 in this draft, I think potentially Keely Ringo could be your potential number 2. Okay. Eli Ricks needs more time. Both of them need more time. Isaiah Rodgers is going into the mix now, so he might go to the inside. Nickel corner is wide open right now, so I don't know what the plan is there. Is Isaiah Rodgers going to cross-train? Someone's cross-trained to that spot. I mean, because Maddox is looking for a new team. He's welcome back, but if he comes back, it better be for a cheap deal. And to be honest, I don't even want him back at this point. 4 injuries in a couple years. The guy is just never available. It's got to be a cheap-ass contract because his injuries are definitely concerning. Zach McPherson has an ACL. He's coming off of that. So you're really hurt at nickel, and we need a new face there to contend. So, we'll see what happens. We got Nifty 350D with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He said, I think it's worth to take the corner. Too much speed on the outside these days to stroll out there with Rux after Slay and Bradbury leave next year. You got to cut Bradbury if you're going to make changes. I can't believe that Fangio thinks that Bradbury is not even just fits this defense, but I'm talking athletically. I'm talking athletically fitting into this defense. You take Bradbury, you designate him to a post-June cut because the dead cap will be cheaper. You extend him 2 years, so you spread out that dead cap, which will be in the single-digit millions, and eat that up. Or you keep him on the roster, which is going to waste a roster spot, and you bench him the whole year because Bradbury's cap hit for this year is very cheap. It's only like $4 million, a little bit more than that, between 4 to 5. So those are the things that they could do in the meantime. So we will see. We will see. Des Bryant just said Eagles not. Des Bryant literally tweeted out and said Eagles not effing around. What he just said on Twitter probably a while ago, right? An hour ago. Adding a lot of pieces, man. Because Eagle fans, unfortunately, you're signing a linebacker really fucking late, okay? You're signing a linebacker really late right now. So, when you sign a linebacker this late, you're not getting a fucking all-pro, but you're getting a guy that fits the defense. I think will fit Vic Fangio's system. I think he needs to revive his career. I think he needed a new background, a new beginning. Sometimes these players need that, but they already say he's washed and he can't do shit. And, if he wanted out of Tampa Bay and they never gave it to him, then no wonder he didn't play well. Had the foot injury, came back, lost his job, so he kind of has a chance now to kind of, rev his career back up and do good things. So, we'll see how it goes. Actually, I feel like I really only need one more corner. We still got Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah, I don't know if what we have right now is good for do we have a corner right now that could be a number 2 to Slay this year? Or do we have a corner this year that's going to be a future number 1? I really honestly don't know. Do the Eagles feel like they have that in the building right now? I really don't know. I think he's going to get cut. I don't see any other way. Jermaine West, I like the signing. Devin White is better than Morrow and Dean. That's what I'm saying, dude. He's a lot better than everyone thinks. I'm going to have a lot to say about the signing in the next video. No joke. There's going to be people might not like me, but hey, I'm not being positive on purpose. I'm forcing it. You're signing a guy this late. There's issues. There's a guy that's not, he's not an all pro that, last year. I get it. Mingo said, I think McPherson is better than we think, and nobody talks about him. Now, we got to see what he looks like coming off an ACL now. He was supposed to be the backup nickel. So, at this point, I don't know. Hopefully McPherson comes back stronger than ever, because if he doesn't and he can't be available for us, that's going to be a big problem going forward. So, I guess, we'll find out. Cimarron says Maddox ended up being the guy teams picked on as well. Antonio says, don't forget about cornerback. We pick up from the Colts. Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah, I know. Trust me, that's the number 1 guy I'm thinking about when it comes to the secondary. But do the Eagles think that's it? Steve, I said Devin White is better than every linebacker we have as of now. One says Devin has all the attributes you want in a linebacker. He just has to be more consistent. Nick said, literally yesterday, so many Eagle fans were begging to sign Devin White, and now everyone complained. Yeah, that's how it is, dude. That's how it is. Corey says, think we need to sign one more middle linebacker or safety or a vet DT. Then we're ready for the draft. Quinny and Mitchell in the first and Edgar and Cooper in the second would be epic. Super Bowl bound. Be a nice first 2 rounds. Parts of Devin White was the Bucs team captain. He's a leader as well. We need that on defense. Yeah, he totally is, man. People are shitting on this. People are shitting on this. Just wait till I make this video for tomorrow. Seriously. I already made a video for tomorrow, but I have to re-edit it now because this move happened, so I have to add it to the video I just made. So, Marco, but he has that aggression, that toughness, and his young. Like I'm saying, like I don't know if people. I don't know if people think like they say he's washed. Like I think people actually. There's been people out there that have been saying he's like 30 years old, and he's not. I said, would you trade for Tariq Woolen? Oh, and a heartbeat, I would. You know, but how much is it going to cost? You know what I mean? It comes down to money, dude. It comes down to draft compensation that you need, you know? Imagine if we end up getting Simmons, this team would be oh yeah, dude. I really hope to God, because the pairing of Justin Simmons, okay, the pairing of Justin Simmons and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will probably be the best duo in the league. Both guys like to hit. Both guys have leadership. Both guys have swagger. They have everything you want. Everything you want. Okay? Nifty with the super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, if you get a good safeties on the back end and play good modern defense, maybe you can skimp a bit on speed outside or roll with slower veterans. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately with this scheme, like we need the most athletic guys we can get. Unfortunately, that's the way it's gonna go. You know, they can't afford to get a slow big time vet that's meant for like a different type of defense or something like that. But you know, I trust me, like I hate this scheme. I can't stand it, but you know, this is a multiple front scheme. You're playing 3-4, but you're doing multiple fronts as well. It's not just a 3-4. You know, so Vic Fangio is going to have a lot, you know, really not a lot on his plate because he's been doing it for years and he's well respected by the front office and they trust whatever he's going to do. Devin White, you're bringing Devin White onto a football team now that really need. I mean, you get this pass rush going, Reddick on one side, you got Bryce, Bryce Huff on the other side. I mean, you're looking pretty damn good. You know, Jalen Carter. I mean, we forget like this defensive line might be. We're gonna get back to what we should be, what we should have been. Okay, and I think it's gonna happen. You know, give it time. Appreciate the super, by the way, man. We got welcome to the camper tier, new membership from 41 to 33. Thank you so much, man, for joining up for the extra content to support. And thank you so much, man. It means a whole lot. It means a whole lot, guys. Over 700 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get the likes up on this stream. I wasn't even supposed to stream today, but said screw it. You know what? It's it was, I wanted to talk about it now, kind of get it out and, pause, and then talk about it tomorrow on a video as well before we stream again tomorrow too. So be a lot to talk about going forward. But appreciate so much, 4133. Hold on, I got lost. Nifty 350D with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, you trust Blankenship for 3 safety sets? I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of his coverage. I think he's a physical. I think of him as a contact safety, in the box safety. I think he gets turned around way too much. I don't trust his eyes at times. That's why I feel like you could put him in a 3 safety set. I could trust him more in the box than anything for run support and things like that, because obviously this offseason program is going to change. These guys are going to practice a lot harder. These guys are going to get it better change. That's all I got to say. I mean, Sirianni said the offseason program has got to change, and I think it will. And Reed, to be honest with you, Reed was the good, just like Zach Cunningham. Zach Cunningham was a great player in a bad group, and unfortunately, I think Reed's been a really good player. Is he the best that we have? Can we get better at the position? I think we can. I honestly think we can, to be honest with you. So I don't think it's you know, I think we'll be all right. If they keep him around as the number 3, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm fine with it. Got 41 to 33 with the super chat. What's going on, man? Thank you for the super. He's like, what's our biggest need moving forward right now? It's corner. Theoretically, like if I was just to look at it and be like, what's like the glaring hole right now? It's cornerback. It's Bradbury's spot. It's glaring right now. It's pissing me off. It needs to be changed. That's, you know, yes, yeah, we can add another safety. We can add, yes, that's fine. But as a glaring hole, as the most empty spot, that is a liability right now that I'm not trusting. It's the number 2 spot. It's the cornerback spot. James Bradbury needs to get cut. And we need to start making some moves. I don't know what else they're doing. I mean, they could trade for a corner tomorrow. They could trade for a guy tomorrow. You know what I mean? What if you trade for Asante Samuel Jr.? I know the Chargers need draft picks. They need draft capital. You know what I mean? Like, the head coach is walking into not a mess, but like he's got to, you know, be there for a couple of years, rework some contracts and get everything back. You know, he's got to take over what the mess that has kind of been there. You know, we'll see what happens though. Nifty 350D with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, I think Bradley Fletcher would be a great fit. Yeah. Cooked bacon, cooked toast, toasted up. Love, I miss those days. I miss those days so much. Yo, my boy Matt Weeks. What's going on, man? New member to the camper tier. Thank you so much, my friend. You definitely enjoy the rest of the extra content, all that great stuff. So thank you for joining up so much, man. Thank you so much, Matt. It means the whole world. Trust me. Big Pickett says Sydney next year. He a playmaker with good coaching. Yeah, I mean, we don't even have Sidney Brown back. It really sucks because I really want Sidney Brown back so badly. Had him in a meaningless game, got the ACL, and man, there's so much more to him. You know, like I feel like he's a better safety than a cornerback, but the more hybrid players you have, man, there's so much more you could do. God forbid there's an injury. Guys can move around. You don't miss a beat with your defense. And Sidney Brown is going to be a player. Hope he comes off the. I mean, I've seen some video relatively, I saw some video like I think a few days ago. He was working out in the weight room and stuff. So he looks good. He's working out. He's doing his thing. So I'm excited for him to come back. When it's going to happen, I don't know. But I love Sidney Brown. You know, there were times even early in the season, Sidney Brown didn't get playing time. Like, you know, like there's shit like that just annoys me. Nolan Smith didn't get playing time. They didn't give Nolan Smith playing time at all. You know, there's shit like that just annoys me. You know, everything will look good on paper, but man, you got to get your shit going, dude. You got to get this shit right, because if you can't produce players, you can't even analyze your roster by the end of the year to find out if you're trading, releasing, whatever, making moves with your roster. You don't even know what you're doing because you can't analyze your roster at all, you know? We got, let's see, El Palatino, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. Says Surtain for a first round, Sweat and Bradbury, go Birds. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if the Eagles are going to give up a first round pick for a cornerback. I don't know. If they're aggressive and they're saying, fuck it at this point, that's what we're going to draft in the first round, and we already want to see, we would rather have a guy that's already been in the league for a few years, that's got a good reputation, that will pay since the cap is going up, and we'll be able to do some extra things. And maybe they go that direction. Maybe they do. I'm not really sure, but give it time, man. Give it time. Hold on one second. We got a super chat from Donnell Shipley. Thank you so much, man. He says, if we keep Bradbury, he will play better this year. Look, I respect the opinion. I get it. I think part of Bradbury's Bradbury's got an issue with, I don't know if there's some mental thing going on. He's got some mental stuff going on because of the because of what happened in the Super Bowl, and I don't know, dude. It's really tough for me to say that he's gonna play better. He obviously played really well when the defensive line was hitting home in 22, but I felt like we've seen a different player this past year. Is it more the skill, or is it more mental, or is it more coaching? I think it's all three. But, you know, I've never really seen Bradbury fucking contest anything this past year. I know it's hard to say that for everybody because this whole defense was atrocious, but it's really hard for me to kind of put my finger on it when it comes to some of these players. And Bradbury, unfortunately, I think athletically, I don't know if he's good enough. And we'll find out what happens. If Fangio keeps him on, you know, then I guess the draft will be a lot easier then, right? If they're not trading for a corner and they're keeping James Bradbury on, and the depth at cornerback is perfect right now with Eli Ricks and Keely Ringo and Zach McPherson, some of these other guys, then you know, Isaiah Rodgers, that's great. Then it makes the draft 20 million times better, where you could go up and get an edge rusher in the first. I don't know. You can get. I mean, maybe they want to go Byron Murphy. I don't know. They might put another first round pick into a DT. Do they want to go and get Chop Robinson? Do they want to move up for lot 2 in the top 15 at an edge rusher? Verse. I don't know. There's a lot of different things they could do here. No doubt. Ron said, Joe, I know you want another safety sign. I do too, but there are some really talented safeties that are in the second round of the draft, and we have 2s. Why not grab? No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, if they really want to load up, okay, they can. Now, Justin Simmons, we're gonna find out where he signs. He's not gonna last this long. As the days go on and he's not signed, his price is going down by the minute. It's going down. Okay, it's 100% going down. So we'll find out what happens. You know. We got Sydney family. Welcome to the camper tier, my friend, and joining up for the support and the extra content coming out. I should have another video out tomorrow, so definitely check some of the other ones, and I have some extra stuff there. So appreciate so much, Sydney family, for joining up. 433 at the super chat. Thank you so much, man. So I like Ringo taking over for Trashberry. Need a tight end number 2. Goddard often hurt. We can't always get everyone free agency. What about Michael Thomas as wide receiver 3? Hell no. You know, I want to, dude, at this point, I'd rather go after somebody else in this draft. If Devontae Parker works out, you know, I mean, we're going to find out what they think of Devontae Parker. I don't think he's a lock at wide receiver 3. He could be a depth guy at the end of the day if it doesn't work out too much. But I would love to go after Adonai Mitchell. I mean, I know some of these guys might go a little early, but I like Vlad McConkey. I mean, he's one of my favorite receivers in this draft. They might go after him. I don't know. I mean, there could be that Leggett guy. I love him because of his size, his speed. I think they should get because really Devontae Parker is kind of what they want. They want a big receiver with speed and good route running separation, can catch the 50-50 balls. You know, so I think there's, you know, Dallas Goedert unfortunately he had 2 injuries that literally weren't even his fault now, but it seems like every year we don't have Goedert for like 4 to 5 games, and it's really annoying. You know, you don't have a good number 2. You know why? Because they did. And when Goddard got hurt in that Cowboys game, they just completely ignored the position. That's what I can't stand about what they did last year. You know, somebody gets hurt, they ignore the position, you know, and then Goddard came, you know, I mean, it's already when Goddard even started during the year, beginning of the season, they barely even threw to him. Then when he got hurt, they completely ignored it. I mean, you got Jack Stahl has starting experience. Grant Calcaterra has been hurt nonstop. Now Jack Stahl is with the Giants. Grant Calcaterra is just always hurt. It's a toe, it's a shoulder, it's a concussion. It's always something with him. So I don't know. Like they re-signed Albert O. So that's a good sign to know that, you know, Albert O's got starting experience. Albert O is probably one of the most athletic tight ends we have right now. I think he's very athletic. Can get separation. That, you know, has this acrobatic catching. I mean, he's really good at pinpointing the ball. You know, I really like it, man. Really like it. But Michael Thomas at wide receiver 3, not really Not really loving it too much, but we'll see. I mean, they should have got that guy that from, look, I would have given up a 6th-round pick, whatever it was, for the dude from Arizona that just got traded. I mean, Rondale Moore, he's a fucking beast. He'd be a perfect number 3 for this team. You know? Perfect number 3. So the Eagles linebacker Devin White's deal is heavily incentive based and will have a team friendly cap hit. We'll have a full contract details when provided. Yeah, I mean it's up to 7. It's a lot of incentives, so it's a, you know, it gives a player more motivation when you have a lot of incentives in your contract. Like he can make close to 7.5 for the whole year if he does specific things. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. I'll make sure I'm not missing anything. Donald Shipley, the super chat, thank you so much, man. Says, why not bring back Oz? Hold on. For wide receiver 3. They might want to go. Kellen Moore it's really on Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore might want to go in a different direction than bringing Oz back. You know? They might not have interest. And he's still out there. I don't know if he signed to another team yet. I'm not sure if he did, but we'll see. D-Mac, welcome to the camper tier. I don't know if I shouted you out. I don't know if I skipped this or not. I'm just gonna say, hey, appreciate you joining up. Very much love, my friend. No doubt. See. Air Force, the CMC brother plays wide receiver and he's in the draft this year. Picture that. That would be a night. Imagine having CMC's brother on the Eagles, and just that feud would just be great. It would just be great. K Guns Official TV says, Joey Shakes, what if we go get Surtain, put him opposite side of Slay, and maybe Bradbury slides in the no. The Eagles did that this year. The Eagles did that last year, this past season. You know, because Avonte Maddox was hurt and Zach McPherson was hurt. They were flirting with putting Bradbury to the inside, and it was one of the worst decisions they could probably make. I would not. I would not even touch that with an 8-foot pole. Okay. And they need to stay away from moving. Trust me, like you get more, you know, you'll get the tight ends, you'll get the twitchy type guys in the inside. You don't even want that. You know, and I don't want that for him either. That's just going to make him look even worse. Big Family says, we'll be interested to see how Dean and Smith go, but still need to get another linebacker. I like Jalen Ford, Texas 6'3", has great pursuit, Eagles tackling technique, top 10 prospect. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see if they're done at linebacker. I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, dude, when you go into the first round, okay, you're picking best player available. You're not picking best player of need. It's not happening. So just say, like, if the Eagles move up to, like, I don't know, the 17th pick, right? And say if, like, Latu's available, which he won't. He'll probably be a lot earlier. But I'm just giving you an example. It's between Latu or Xavier Worthy, right? If both those guys are there. And I think Xavier Worthy, I don't think he'll be a top 15 pick. He'll probably move down a lot more than we think. You're picking the best guy there. You know what I mean? Like, I know they're going to move up in this draft. If the best pass rusher is there, you take him. You know, if the best linebacker is there, you take him. You know, if you think what are you ranking higher on your board? Go by your board. Don't go by this is what the Eagles did after their Super Bowl in 17. Okay, this is why we drafted so bad for years after 17. Besides drafting Miles Sanders and Avonte Maddox and stuff, that draft wasn't horrible, but you know, you had kept restructuring contracts after contract after contract after contract. And if you're not even drafting well, because Howie Roseman wasn't really drafting good first round picks. I mean, first round picks were barely even touching the field or even making, I mean, you're wasting your first, you're wasting your second round picks. I mean, you can't even hit on those. It's going to catch up to you. And it did. In 2020, it caught up to us, finally caught all up to us. And, you know, what happens? So toward UC says, I truly think Albert O could be a good number 2, but they need to give him a chance. So that's what I'm saying, dude. We got to produce. I know it's easy. Sign. Like me, I kind of get like that too. Like, you know, I just say, hey, dude, like if Justin Simmons wants to be successful and playing Vic Fangio's system, and he loves Vic Fangio and loves his coaching, bring him in. Wait days, make him wait days, make him lessen his money. Make him beg on his knees pretty much until he needs a job, and then sign him, you know, and then pair up Chauncey and Justin Simmons on the back end, dude. Come on now. But you're getting guys that can fit the scheme. Getting Devin White. I mean, look at even Aquara that is flash. See if he could produce. Zach Baun, I think Zach Baun's a player that could play pretty damn well. Transitioned to an off-ball linebacker this past year, okay, and could do a lot. So, you know, you can't, you know, I know the name is the name, but scheme fit of a certain player that's good in a specific scheme, it could work. You know what I mean? I think too many people dream about the bigger names at every position, and, you know, it's like Howie signs 2 linebackers, and, you know, it's like, no one's happy with it. I feel good about it. You know, do I think we need more? Maybe. Do I think they think that, you know, they want to do more than just sign those 2 guys? I don't know. I mean, it could be a whole different direction. Totally different direction. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Also, I'd rather have someone's cremated grandma out of the field playing defense over Bradbury. Less burnt and less excuses. Damn, that's cold, man. That is cold. No, I'm not interested in JC Horn. No JC Horn. Rose says Brock Bowers stopped playing. I would release it in my pants if. Oh my god, dude. Oh, man. But it says you should check out Ohio State linebacker Gabe Orno. I see what you did there. That's a good one. Almost did it. It sounds like it. It sounds like Gabe Porno, but it's getting there though. But yeah, Ismail Julian Khan with the super chat. What's going on, my friend? Says I would love if we get AJ Dillon and Curl. So AJ Dillon re-signed with the Packers, by the way. AJ Dillon re-signed. Curl is still available, but AJ Dillon is gone. He's going back. So, fortunately. But I mean, at this point, we're good at running back. I don't know if they have interest in signing another running back. To be honest with you, like it's Gainwell and then it's Saquon. So, you know, I don't know what they're gonna do here. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna add another back. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they want to save that roster spot for something else, which they probably should. Maybe try to go into, you know, go through the undrafted free agent pool. Maybe draft a running back later in the draft. I don't know. See how he does. You know. Guys said this is some digging and found out the Buccaneers picked up Devin White's $11.7 million option instead of extending him 3 years. So Devin White didn't care and refused to give him his all. Interesting. I mean, that's a lot of money for a year. He's a safety, CJ and Rodgers at this point. AJ always Owen Brown. He said, we back, baby. D-Max says, we signed the running back from we signed that running back from. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that guy. Holy shit, dude. That running back, what's his name? Who's the running back from San Francisco? He's like I guess he's a bruiser, maybe? He's like an elusive bruiser back type guy, I guess. I'm trying to remember his damn name. What was his name? Tyrion Davis Price. Thank you. Xavier Cooley. Thank you. Yeah, Danky Butt said Price. Okay. Yeah, Tyrion Davis Price. Yeah, he's like I wouldn't say he's a pure bruiser, but he plays like one. He's a little bit undersized as a bruiser, I guess. What is he, like 2 235 maybe. Hasn't really had much opportunity, you know. I totally forgot, dude. I mean, that was a long time ago, so I don't even remember that. I didn't even remember that move. Yeah, maybe, you know, they'll have him in. Brian says Fangio seems to want athletic hybrid type guys that can move around and confuse an offense. I'm excited to see him mix up the boredom we saw last year. I agree. I totally agree with you. Anthony Thompson says Jerome Baker. Yeah, Jerome Baker, unfortunately, is visiting other teams right now. The Eagles are not on the list as of now. But it's crazy. Like, he didn't pick up one player from Miami last year. I'm kind of surprised. He didn't pick up one player, you know? But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I'm just stating that he just didn't. Philly Ocean says, hey, Joey, I know I'm jumping the gun, but I would love to if we could draft cornerback Travis Hunter from Colorado next season. Oh, from Colorado. Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna fix that corner position this year. I mean, look, next year they might have to find another one, or they might have, you know, one on the roster as a number 2 going. But, you know, find your number 1 this year, and maybe already have your number 2 next season. So they might not have to look at this position for a lot longer. Roasted Pork Italian said, anyone telling me they watched Toledo play football is 100% completely full of shit. Not a single one of you knew what Quentin Minio was before Combine. Okay. So you should check out Ohio State Gate. Oh, my God, I keep looking at the same shit. First time, bro, that running back is trash. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of, dude, you have to give shit a chance, though. Like, you can't just, like, they have to give these guys a chance. Like, there's going to be a name. Like, you're telling me there's not guys that are never talked about that make rosters and play well in a specific scheme. I think a lot of running backs, I think we can agree a lot of running backs are successful with this offensive line in front of it. Okay. Trash's point of view, it depends. Is this running back put in a good situation with a good line in front? And sometimes these guys surprise. You never know, but we got to see it. You know, I wouldn't keep shit off the table. They could draft a running back in the 5th round and he could do really well as a number 2 back or a number 3 back. I don't know. Depending where they want to put Gainwell, depending on how they view Gainwell going into this year. You know? I was going to say, Joey, be honest, if we don't grab anyone else free agency, I'm fine with that. Let's draft some new blood and work off the practice squad. We'll see. I think they're going to get a lot more new blood. I mean, obviously, the draft is going to be what we really need, but I'm excited. I'm going to see. We still got a lot going on here. You can free up a chunk of cap space with the HaasonReddick stuff going on, whether they save $11 million on an extension or more than that with a trade. I mean, the Josh Sweat situation, I mean, I was hearing they were going to cut him, and I'm like, there's no way you're cutting him. I mean, you're going to put yourself $5 million in the hole. Like, you're going to lose $5 million just by cutting him. There's no way, you know. Otherwise, I bet that we drafted an MX smaller running back in the 3rd and 5th round. International, I found out about Mitchell during the Senior Bowl. Yeah, I saw this news today. So it said breaking: All-Pro running back Derrick Henry is claiming that the Cowboys and Jerry Jones never called to sign him. He was interested in going to Dallas, and they never even had interest. He was on radio and he talked about it. This isn't like a fake report. Like, he went on radio and he actually talked about it, which is kind of insane. We got Furman Figueroa with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says Shakes. White's PFF was 80 out of 86. Marl was 39. Then somebody was on drugs when they were making that up. You mean best linebackers from last year? Yeah, I mean, dude, Devin White didn't play. Devin White barely played last year. Devin White barely started last year. So his ranking's going to go down, I mean, tremendously. And if he came off a foot injury, lost his job, and if he, you know, wanted an extension and then they didn't pick it up and, you know, they picked up his option but never gave him an extension and they just had him on the option, I mean, then that's not good, man. You know? Appreciate the Schubert, by the way. So I love the white edition. Now we just need two more Simmons, and I'll be beyond happy. Yeah, I mean, look, I think they need to just do one more. I think just one more move, and I think we're all right. And then the draft will kind of figure its way out. The number one question right now is going to be cornerback. Bradbury. I don't know what they're doing there. What's going on, Greg? The Gainwell may not be a fan favorite, but I think Moore will get the best out of Gainwell. What Moore does with running backs than what we've done the last few years. Yeah, I don't think Gainwell's a bad running back. I just think like they use Gainwell specifically for a certain skill set involving a specific play that he's just not good with at times, and I just felt like Swift should have had more opportunity. And you would have put teams away a lot earlier in a lot of these games this past year. Brian Shepard says, draft cornerback Rakestraw. Where do you the first round pick in 20s? And does Howie use these comp picks to move up? Yeah, I mean, he can use the third round pick to move up. He's got 3 5th round picks. I mean, they got picks. I mean, they got picks. Rakestraw will be a 2nd round pick, probably a day 2 pick most likely. He's a really good zone corner, probably what the Eagles are looking for. Could shed blocks, plays physical, plays with a nasty pushback attitude. Watch a lot of his tape, looks fantastic. So, but I think they're a move up candidate in both rounds, 1st and 2nd round. I think they're a move up candidate. Thanks. I'm half tempted to say screw it and draft Edgar and Cooper at 22, especially only signing White for a year. Williams says Dylan is overrated in my opinion. He used to be way better, not now. Well, last year he was really balanced between his receiving yards and his rushing yards. AJ says, I thought there was a report Dallas wanted him. That's funny. Ron says, yo, is Shaq Leonard still on the roster? I completely forgot. No, he's not. He's not here anymore. Kay says, let's have CJ say go get Simmons for free safety and then Surtain for cornerback, and we'll be our cornerback number 1 when Slay's gone. We'll see, man. Got to remember, too, they can make a draft day trade as well. That could happen as well. We got Philly 500 in the building. What's going on, man? Appreciate the super chats. This is Devin White, the steal of free agency. We got a lot to talk about this week. My boy. So, a lot of Eagle fans are hating this move. A lot of Eagle fans are hating this move. There's a lot of reasons Devin White is in the position that he's in right now. I think this is definitely a new beginning for Devin White going into his prime. We'll have a lot to talk about this week, and we'll be ready for it. I think this is a great move. This is a fantastic move. I think people are shitting on it. I think people aren't looking into it. I think people are saying, you picked up a linebacker on the 4th day of free agency, so he can't be that good. That's how people look at it, dude. But you can't get a big name in every position, but you get good. How do you call it? You get good scheme fits for what you're doing. I think this is a player that's going to revive his career. Your defensive line has a huge chance to hit home now, and with these linebackers, I think you're going to play really well. And you got leadership capability here too. You know what I mean? So. It's gonna get crazy, man. It's gonna get nuts. It's gonna get nuts, just like Batman says. Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts, dude. Appreciate the super Philly 500. We'll see you on Saturday. Exciting. City Family with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, who would you draft a DT keeping in mind 3-4 defense? I'd honestly, dude. I mean, are you looking in the first round? Are you looking for the second round? I mean, it doesn't. You run multiple schemes, dude. Like, I think Byron Murphy would be perfectly fine for the scheme. You know, Byron Murphy would be great. Even the other guy, Fisk from Florida State, would be great too. Both are athletic ability is just amazing. You know, Byron Murphy especially. I mean, Tavondre Sweat, whatever, and that other guy too, I think would be a nice nose for this team. I would draft all. I think of all three of them are on the board. You know, would they take another, you know, defensive tackle on a third year? Man, that would be kind of surprising to me at least. But if you know you look for your best board, your best ranking on your board, and if it's better than whatever's on the board right there, then you know go do it up. You know, go do it up, my friend. Greg Miller said it perfectly. Devin White needs a new, fresh start. I agree with that. I agree with that. Mirajos Paul Hunter said, "I like the move. He can't be as had as last year. Plus, it's a 1 year. It's a 1 year, dude. That's it. You know, you don't like the 1 year deals, but at this point in the fourth day of free agency, that's what you're going to sign. You're not signing anybody to long term. You know what I mean? You're not giving him a big contract. Okay, if they gave him a big contract, I'd be like, dude, like let the guy play this year, see what he does. If they want to re-sign him back, you know, who knows? We got Bloody Shot. What's going on, man? Appreciate Super Chat. Says, hey, Joey, the only real signing Cowboys did was signing an attorney for Dak for his alleged sexual assault. Yeah, I saw that. That's really bad, man. I don't know. I know Stephen Jones said today that it's not going to affect anything that they're doing. You know, but what else is he going to say? That, oh yeah, we're definitely going to take a look at this, you know, and embarrass themselves. So hopefully it's not bad. I'm hoping he didn't do it. That's number one. Number two, and if he didn't, I hope nothing bad happens to him for him being innocent. But innocent until proven guilty. You know, that's how it goes most of the time at this point. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. No promises, though. Death Row Sal with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says everybody wants the Simmons move, but he's the same age as Kevin Byard. I agree with another cornerback. Well, that's not the only reason why, dude. He's a better player right now. He plays like an all-pro right now. Like you're getting a lot out of him. You're not getting you're not going to sign him to a 4-year deal. Like you're signing him to like a 2-year deal. You know what I mean? Down the road. You know what I mean? Like 31 years old. Yeah, I get it. But, you know, he plays good in a Vic Fangio system. Okay. He respects Vic Fangio, loves playing under him. You know, but he just wants to break the bank a little bit, which at this point, as the days go on, if he's not signed tomorrow, he ain't going to be signed. He ain't going to be signed to what he wants. So the Eagles are going to wait it out, and then finally they could sign him. I'm not saying they need him, but damn, I'd put Reed as the number 3, Justin Simmons, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I mean, you have a lot of voices. You have a lot of leadership voices in this room now. Like how it's going to mold together is the most exciting part going through your offseason program and who they drafted. You know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. Another cornerback isn't a bad thing either. You know, if they trade for a cornerback, then all right, that's what they do, you know. Skip Bayless puts out a tweet, okay, which I never care anyway, but Ryan Roman sent me this. Ryan, always sending me stuff. Says, wait, now the Eagles have signed Devin White? Him, I fear. He could change games. He'll be far more impactful than our new one guy, Eric Kendricks. Now I have to wait for Jerry to draft somebody. Oh, God, that's some funny shit. That is some funny shit, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny. That's funny as hell. If there's after extending Smith, I think we done till the draft and the day trades and stuff. What you think? Well, I mean, even if you extend him, it doesn't count for money this year. Like it counts for next year, not this year. So. Oh shit, I lost my place. No. Hold on. No, I didn't lose my place. I'm good. I'm good. So I think we could do something there. So Iron Mike says, I told Philly 3-hour shakedown. I mean, our last two have been pretty crazy. Our last two we were down like 2 hours. So it might be over. It might be about 2 or more. It might. I don't think we're getting all this news out in 1 hour on Saturday. So it's probably gonna be a long one. So, and which I don't mind. I mean, me and Philly could talk for hours, so it's great. Slick says, "What up, Joey? Glad we signed a linebacker now instead of during training camp last minute like last year. Can't wait to see how White fits the system." Yes. No way. No, you're not going after. I mean, yeah, it was embarrassing, dude. Like it was. I mean, we were in panic mode for linebackers last year. I mean, they must have dipped in free agency 3 times. I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens. This is what happens when you ignore the position. But they didn't ignore it this year. So far, they haven't, okay? Which is great. You signed 2 guys. And then you got Nakobe Dean come back from injury, and you have Ben Van Simmeren. So you have 4 guys right now. You know, they could get another one. I don't think it's going to be it. We'll see what happens. Just give it some time. Yeah, a 1-year deal from Devin White is fair, man. It's really fair. You know? Notorious UCG with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, we should go get Tannehill for quarterback 2 and Boyd for wide receiver 3. Yeah, Tyler Boyd, I don't know if they have interest in. I know he's talking to the Steelers. I forgot who he's talking to. He's talking to one team right now. Tannehill, I think he's going back to Miami. I think. That's what I seen a few days ago. Maybe it didn't go through yet, but I got to check. Simmons would be better than 100%, dude. 100%. Ojomo's going to have a good season. Yeah, he really stuck out at the end of the year last year. He really stuck out. Did a good job. Yeah, it's the price is going to fall for Simmons. It's definitely going to fall. I wouldn't even worry about it so much. But if they don't get him, they don't get him. I mean, sometimes I just like to see what they signed for. You know, sometimes I just like to see that. You know? Cameron Curl is still out there. I hope Barkley has a better career than Miles Sanders did in Philly. I think Barkley will. Dude, I really enjoyed that press conference. I mean, he's such a fucking professional, dude. It's just, he's such a respectful, he's just a genuinely good dude. You know, like he's a genuine good dude that just wants to like work his ass off. And you know, when he said, "Oh, keep the main thing," I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, he's been hanging out with Jalen Hurts already. He's been talking to Jalen Hurts too much. He's already picking up his vocabulary as of right now. Oh shit! Browns absolutely agree with White needs a fresh start, but say man's absolutely balls out. Would you give him a contract? That's up to them, man. I mean, going into his prime. He has a good year this year. Potentially, you could. I mean, potentially at the end of the year, get something done. I mean, maybe you lock that position up. You'll have Nakobe Dean still here on contract. So, you know, you're not, you know, so now you're down to Zach Bond. If Zach Bond plays well and Devin White plays well, you're not going to re-sign both of them. But I think one of them could be signed at the end of the year. One of them could be re-signed at the end of the year. You know, last time we got into this situation with 2 1 years, okay, last time it was Kaiser White and TJ Edwards. We're like, you know what? They'll get rid of Kaiser White. TJ Edwards will probably re-sign most likely. They're gonna re-sign one of those linebackers back. And guess what? They didn't re-sign any of them back. And TJ Edwards barely even got a big deal. I mean, barely a big deal at all. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. I think that was the biggest mistake. That was definitely the biggest mistake, unfortunately. So, it is what it is. Well, we got over 628 in the chat right now. Devin White has been signed to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles add another linebacker. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. And the more likes, it does help out the channel a lot. It does help me out a lot, so I do appreciate that. And definitely check out the pinned comment for extra content, support. There's draft highlight videos and all that great stuff. We're going to be putting more stuff out tomorrow. There's already a few things on there as is right now, so definitely check out all that content. We will be streaming tomorrow, and then Saturday will be the shakedown. We'll probably stream early in the day on Saturday as well. Maybe we'll see what happens. I might not stream on Saturday except for the shakedown on Saturday night, because it's going to be 2 streams in one day. I probably never really do. So appreciate it so much, guys. Means a lot. Glad you could be here with me tonight. Means a lot. I was in for it. Players are not paying attention. Our organization resurrects players' careers. See. Brand piece, the Simmons front is too quiet. Even if he is out pricing himself, there are supposedly multiple teams interested. Not have any form of update about him. Any teams, no new. Nah, there's nothing going on. It's been little to really just being quiet. I've heard Tennessee and I've heard the Eagles, and that was like one report, and that was like it. I mean, it really ended. It really ended right there. It ended pretty much right there. So, yeah. See here. Moves Andy Thompson. Don't think Xavier Howard likes Vic Fangio. Scheme plus he's an aging corner who isn't as good. No, if you sign Xavier Howard, I'm gonna be pissed off, because that would be the easy signing. Yeah, he's designated for a post-June cut. So do not get another aging quarterback. Please don't get another aging corner. I am done with this shit. I'm done with aging cornerbacks. I'm finished with how they do. I'm just done with it. Elaine says, Joey, is there any other players out there that Howie could get, or did he already get them all? I mean, Isaiah Simmons is another hybrid type guy they could get. I think they can add another safety. I think there could be a Justin Simmons, Cameron Curl. I mean, I think guys, when it comes to linebacker now, I think they're done as a free agency. Trades, we'll see. Cornerback is wide open right now unless Bradbury is a lock, which I'm trying to figure out if Vic Fangio even likes Bradbury for this scheme. I don't know. Alexander Forces, I'll take Simmons, but at this age, 1 year prove it deal, 2.4. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit more than that. 2.4 guaranteed or 2.4 overall. Yeah, but Simmons is older than McKinney. McKinney's fucking 25, 26, 25. DJ Chark and Mecole Hardman, Renfro are still out there. Not too bad names. Chris says DY 201 was ranked 28th best player, top 100. Yeah, it's pretty much been the last couple of years. That's been kind of crazy. $2021 was a million years ago. Yeah, I mean, you can't go off. I mean, you can go off things, but to go off something from like, what has he done the last couple of years? That's 3 years ago. It's a year-to-year league at the end of the day, so things do change. Dominic Minetti says, what do you think Simmons would want a year? I don't know. This late, I don't know what you really could be asking teams. What are you really asking teams at this point? I don't know. I'm not even really sure. I'm hoping it somewhat changes. Maybe that price goes down a lot more than we think. Davian Howard was passing around STDs. What the hell are you talking about? What the fuck? I can't believe what Howie is doing. Unbelievable talent. He's going crazy right now. I mean, I expected to be busy from the beginning, but I didn't expect it to be. I mean, you signed 9 fucking players. 9 players. That shows a lot. That shows a lot of change. A lot of changes be made. Moose says, is there any safeties out there that's good besides Simmons or Curl? Not that I'm interested in, no. I mean, you're pretty much down to like the nobodies at this point. There's probably there's probably a huge long list of safeties still out there, but nothing that's really you know, gonna materialize too much. So this is a dream of even chances. Trade back up into the first and come away with offensive tackle and cornerback in round 1. You still think they go offensive line, huh? They'll go offensive line between the first 3 picks. I think it will happen. Will it be now? I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're going to go like a crazy direction like that. I'm not sure it's going to happen. Let's see. This is a dream says, let's trade back up into the first. Yeah, I think we will. I think they're trading up twice. Yeah, I mean, see, this is what happens when you give Howie Roseman cap space and you have draft capital. Man, can he do so much? But we've seen what he could do when it's very little. Sometimes you find out what these GMs do when they have little money and what they could do with it. And Howie Roseman will turn things into gold. Okay, he'll turn shit silver into gold. Okay, that's how crazy it is. Look at the fucking see, when these teams that have like over 70, 80, 90 million dollars in cap space, like fucking Calvin Ridley gets $92 million contract. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, that's a dumb contract. Like, that's just like, yeah, like, did he deserve, like, he came back off of suspension with a 1,000 yard year, you know, and it's just like, I think Tennessee wants AJ Brown back badly. I think they've been dying for that. I mean, that money, look at AJ Brown getting paid and I know that AJ Brown's getting paid a little bit more, but still, like, Calvin Ridley is not on AJ Brown's level getting paid 20 something million a year. It's night and fucking day. Like, Calvin Ridley's good, but I don't think he's like the franchise guy that will change the game if you need him to. You know, I don't see anything like that with him at least. You know. Dominic said, I guess we're starting to Steen at guard and Hennessy going to be good competition for. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do for now. I mean, that's what it looks like for now. The rumors are that Matt Hennessy will be in competition with Steen at right guard. That's the plan, you know, esque. You know, it's way too early right now. I mean, we haven't hit the draft. We don't know what anything looks like. There could be more signings. Like, there's still, I mean, Shula Opeta, I don't think got signed yet. So they could bring him back because he could play both guard spots. You know, left guard, you need a backup left guard too. God forbid anything happens, you know. It would be nice to get Surtain and get Devin Lloyd. Let me tell you something, like, I'll apologize to the whole chat. I'll apologize to everybody that was telling me that they were going for Surtain, and I was sick of hearing it. Okay, trust me, I will apologize to every Eagle fan that has joined these streams and say, holy shit, like, I did not even expect this at all. I don't expect it at all, period. Corey says, if we get to Patrick Surtain, I'd say I'd lose my shit, but I think running him on empty after all these moves. Yeah, dude, I feel good. Like, I feel like we're like getting better and we're doing things. Like, just got to put it all together, dude. You know? But we're not even close to done yet. We still got like a Sweat trade, draft compensation for that. What is it going to be? There's so many more exciting things that like we haven't even done yet. The Sweat trade, the extension for HaasonReddick. We have a whole draft, dude. Got a whole fucking draft. I mean, we're not even, I mean, seriously, we're not even, you can literally get like, technically right now, I mean, if you picked up Simmons or picked up Surtain, or if they even do that, I mean, you could pick up 3 starters in this fucking draft. I mean, literally 3 in a fucking draft. And more than that, if they go even more all out in free agency, or I should say trades, I should say. Yeah, the Maddox thing was weird as well. I thought it was. They were, they could have got more money with him, but they did him a solid and say, hey, we'll release you now. We'll save $2 million, and you go out and find a team. And he visited the New Orleans Saints, and haven't heard nothing else past that, really. That's where I have been with all this. So I think the Devin White signing is really good. I think you get a leader. I think you get a guy that wants to revive himself. You have a guy that came off an injury, lost his job, has been looking to revive his career. I don't know. I mean, look, I think he fits. I think he does fit the scheme, and I think it comes down to, like, he's in a brand new place now, and he's at a new beginning now. And there was a point where somebody said in the chat, like, I'm gonna look it up just to make sure. If he was never given a big contract. They picked up an option, given up a big contract, never got the contract he wanted. So, we'll see. See. I mean, look, John McMullen says, I'll just say Devin White is the best athlete the Eagles have had at linebacker in a very long time. It did not translate in the field often in Tampa, however. Okay. He's allowed 80% completion percentage in his career. 80% completion percentage. Okay. Hasn't had a good season since 2021 to 2022. So we'll just see what happens. Let's see. Keenan Allen trade to the Bears? Really, huh? Wow. Oh, it looks like Bears are trading 4th round for Chargers for Keenan Allen. Holy shit. Well, they might be going wide receiver now because they have no receivers now. Looks like Saquon has apologized to the Giant fans. That's a good trade. I mean, it's a good trade for them. Wow, that's a big one. All right, well, means I could hear it and it just bounced off my tongue, but I can't see it in the dark. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for the night. I mean, I think we're good, right? I mean, I think we're satisfied. We're good so far. I think there's a lot more to look forward to. So, Ryan Ray, Super Chats. I feel like Tyrell Dotson would have been a good sign. Yeah, I had interest in him too, and he's young, and he's got a lot of ceiling, He could be a lot better player too. Would fit the scheme really well as well. So, appreciate the super, by the way. But before you guys leave, 591 in the chat now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like up this stream before you leave. I do appreciate it so much. We had 2 streams today, which I didn't think we're gonna do, because every time I get off, every time it's after a work day with the after hours, there's always a signing happening. So it's kind of crazy. But definitely check out some of the content, and we'll be. My super chat's not going through. This is the first one I got from you, Adam. I didn't see. Oh, there you go. Oh no, it's here. I'll go over them. Yeah. So what happens is, this is what happened. The $2 super chats, for some reason, they never pull up. I have to run into them. Like if they're $5 or more, they pop up. I don't know. For some reason, it's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Some of them don't pop up. They don't notify me. Like on the top, it doesn't pop up and notify me that it's sent. So my bad. Let me go back because sometimes this happens. Did you send anything else? You did. Put that motherfucker ring on our finger. Howie's cooking. I would give it some time though. Those super chats, Adam. Sorry, those don't pop up. I don't know why. It just happens that way. I swear to God. See, when you send a super chat, usually it pops up on the top of the chat, and it doesn't. It never does. Some of them do, some of them don't. It just happens. But I appreciate it so much. I have to get off, Mingo. I got to. I've streamed for like 6. How much did I stream today? I don't even know. I must have streamed for almost 2 hours, and I'm hour 40 minutes. Hour and 40 minutes today. I streamed about 3-4 hours this morning. So it's been a big day today. You know, a big day. I mean, at least we got something out of it, at least, right? You know what I mean? No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. It's me. It's YouTube. It just doesn't pop up sometimes. That's all. And then when I'm not looking at this, like the chat for a while, the chat's going a little bit faster, and then by the time I look back, sometimes it's gone. I have to move up the chat. So yeah, stream tomorrow. We'll have a stream tomorrow. I don't know what time it will be. Probably between 10:30 in the morning to like 12:01. I honestly don't know. It's gonna be between late morning to early afternoon. So it'll be between that time. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll get into everything. We'll get into as an overall whole. Watch for videos for tomorrow as well, and subscribe. Like the stream, pick up a membership if you haven't, either for the extra content and support. Appreciate it so much. And thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you to all the people that have been supporting. Whether it's today, just for a day, last week, if you just subscribed, a month ago, or you've been here since day one, or maybe this past season, or a couple years ago, whatever it is, I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, shake squat up, fly goes fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.